I usually go a little easy on people if I'm playing with them because I played it.
I'm pretty sure you did it with me.
Well, it's awkward because sometimes I'll try to go easy on people, and then like it'll be really hard.
Things just really work
Like,
out
It's
your way.
hard to go.
Well, no, it's like it's
but it's time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Welcome to FallCon 39. We are live.
Woohoo!
Hello, everybody. I've got the hiccups. I'm Paparazzo Dave Chapman.
And I am Melanie from Mel's Board Game Room.
And we are here at FallCon in Calgary, Alberta at the TELUS Convention Center. And we are looking at, I've been drinking pop, and I very rarely drink pop. And so I've got the hiccups. Excuse me. We're going to be playing Headway.
Yes. So Headway is a Canadian Game Design Award finalist this year. So there was 19 entries, and it is in the top 5 out of all of those 19 games. And Headway, were you in, last year as well?
I submitted last year, yeah.
So he was a part of the last year. Now, there's been some changes to this one because Headway, we've played it on my channel. We've played it on your channel before. It now plays in teams.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to be playing 2 versus 2 to show you how it works in teams. There's a bit of changes to it. I have finally won this game once.
I'm still not sure I have or have not won it. I feel like
You're
maybe...
not sure where you're not there.
I'm not sure. I feel like maybe... Because I played it a few times. I feel like I maybe have won it once, but I honestly couldn't swear to it. But I enjoyed it anyway, so that's okay.
It's one of those games. So we do have Chris here, who is the designer, and you also run the publishing company.
Yeah, that's
Well-
makes it sound very fancy and official. The publishing company that's just
Right.
me mostly.
Mean Hyena
it.
Games.
Own
Yes,
it. Mean Hyena Games, because Headway, whether it wins or not, will be getting published.
Well, hopefully. The plan is to launch a Kickstarter this October, so if we're able to fund, then it'll be published, and if not, then I guess I'll try and, I don't know.
Because
delay
this
it.
is your second game.
Yes, yeah, this will be my second
Or is it your
attempt at
third?
self-publishing. Second, so yeah,
Okay,
the first
perfect.
one was Unscrewed.
Unscrewed, which has been on the channel before as well. Amazing game. Actually, I pointed it out earlier. It is available to purchase here, not with you because you're out of copy.
Yes, yeah.
But Metal Galaxy does have multiple copies available to purchase, and I highly recommend it because it is
Yeah.
so good.
So much fun.
But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Headway. Chris, teach us, how do we play Headway?
For sure. So you mentioned at the start that we're doing a team game. That's totally true. We will. I'll just go over the general rules that would apply at any player count, and then I can mention what's different about a team game because it's just a couple of additions rather than any outright changes.
Okay.
So in Headway, we're playing as skeletons that have fallen apart, and you'll see each skeleton has all these different loose bones in the form of clear plastic cards. And we're trying to put ourselves back together because we don't like that we've fallen apart. But the way that we're going to do that is by stealing the magical power of another skeleton by drinking their mojo, which is basically their soul in a delicious liquid form. And by drinking their mojo, we steal enough power to finally be upright and moving again. So what's really cool about this game is that I call it a strategic card overlapping game. It's kind of like an abstract strategy game, like a Hive or a chess, if you play Hive, or most people are familiar with chess,
Yeah.
where you're sort of strategically moving your pieces around, and they each have their own special abilities. But what's unique is that there's no board or grid in this game. It's a totally free-form game. So
Yes.
the cards can go anywhere, and they can be oriented, rotated, placed however you'd like. The only restrictions are usually based around what other cards they're overlapping. So most of the game will be each player creating these weird sort of paths of bones in an effort to make a road that their skull can follow to get to another player's mojo while they block.
Because
the
only
others
the
from doing
skull
same.
can drink the mojo.
Exactly. You only win if your skull overlaps the other player's mojo. So the first player to overlap a mojo with their skull wins. So the way it's going to work is there will be a randomized setup that happens at the start of the game that will look roughly like this. I'm just going to throw one down really quick here. This is a hypothetical starting scenario.
I always make mine look like a put together skeleton.
That's totally legitimate.
anyways.
Yeah, that's valid. So if you do want to make sure every game is a little bit different, then the randomized setup is a way to accomplish that so that it kind of keeps it a little bit interesting. So once everyone is set up like this, the game will proceed. Everyone takes one action at a time until somebody's won the game. On a player's turn, they're going to pick one of their cards, and they're either going to shift it, which is a generic move that any of their cards can do, or they're going to use the chosen card's special ability, and each bone will have its own special ability, which I'll cover in a second. We'll go over the normal movement first, which is a shift. When you shift a bone, you're essentially moving it 1 to 2 cards along the path of bones that it's currently attached to. So, for example, if I wanted to shift my mojo from this current location, I could shift it up to the next card that it's overlapping, or one further. So that would be 1 or 2 away. And again, it's a freeform game, so you can place it however you want, as long as it's at least overlapping one of those cards that was in range. Any of those moves would be legal, if not the most strategically good.
Right.
Moving your mojo up first turn is probably the worst move you could possibly make. But yeah, any of your cards can shift. That's the generic move that's always available to you. But you don't have to shift. Instead, you could choose to use one of the bone's special abilities. The skull's special is called a roll. Your skull can roll and allow it to travel really far, much farther than normal cards. And when you roll your skull, you get to shift it any number of times in the same turn. What that means is you do a shift like normal. So, for example, I could go, okay, I want to move my skull 1 to 2 over to the rib cage, for example. Then from that new position in the same turn, I could shift it again. So I could go, 1, 2 to right here. And I can do it again and again and again and again and again and again, as long as I want until I'm happy with where it's ended up, and as long as each move along the way was legal.
Right.
There's a fun little advanced thing that this means, that because it's working this way, that is very important for advanced aggression, which is that the skull, unlike other cards, can actually, all in one turn, bridge the gap between 2 paths of cards and continue moving on the other path. So most cards have to spend multiple turns connecting and continuing along multiple paths, but the skull is unique in that it can bridge that as long as the gap is small enough.
Yes.
So that's the skull. It's your main attacking piece. It's the one you win with, sort of like your queen if this was chess. Moving on, the arm special is called a throw, which is exactly what it sounds like. Basically, you can move a card that one arm is overlapping any distance to get to the other arm, no matter where it is on the table. So I could say, okay, the leg's overlapping the arm. I'll use the arm special to throw this leg all the way over to this arm. And the fact that they weren't touching each other doesn't matter. The space in between is irrelevant. It's from one arm to the other. That's the arms. The ribcage special is called Recall, and it lets you teleport one of your bones from anywhere on the table back to the ribcage. So, for example, let's say through the course of play, I'd left my arm loose over here, and I decide I don't want my arm to be there anymore. That's not useful. I could spend my next turn going, oh, I'm going to recall that to my ribs, and no matter where it was, it just comes back as long as it's overlapping my ribs. Lastly, the legs. Their special is called a walk. And when you walk your legs, you get to shift them both in the same turn, one after the other. So you do one regular shift as if it was the only card you were moving. For example, I could shift my leg one further like that. And then in the same turn, I can now shift the other leg. And maybe I want to bring it back like this or something like that. Two independent shifts. The legs do not have to be together, but they can if you want. If you really want, your legs can like walk around the table together like this. And that's totally fine. That all making sense so far?
Yes.
Yep. Yes.
Awesome. The Mojo doesn't have a special ability. It's unique in that way. It does have a couple restrictions I'll cover in a moment. I just have to cover a couple of the rules first. But just keep in mind, this is some restrictions to keep in mind. The first rule I'm going to cover here is that, as you can see from my example, you can totally split up into multiple paths of cards throughout the game. That's absolutely allowed. Remember that shifting is always based on the path you're a part of. So you can't just shift from one path all the way over to the other, right? You have to have a continuous path to get there, and it has to be one or two. And the other important thing is that, yes, just like this, you can leave cards on their own, but you have to be very careful because it's really tricky to move cards that are on their own. They can't
you can't shift. Yeah.
Exactly. And they can't be thrown because you have to be touching an arm to be thrown, and arms can't throw themselves. So all you can really do with a loose card is to recall it to your ribs or spend a turn moving something else to reconnect it so that on a future turn you could move the card where it needs to go. Awesome. Another very important rule that's going to come up quite a bit is that when you're playing with other people, which you always are, you'll have opponents on the other side of the table. And their cards block your cards. That means you are not allowed to overlap an opponent's cards with your cards. For example, if the green player had their arms here and I, as the white skeleton, wanted to move my leg up, I could not place it overlapping those green arms. I'd have to place it in such a way where I'm near it but not overlapping.
Right.
There is one very important exception to that, and it's a big part of the game, which is that like body parts can overlap opponent cards. So basically, arms can overlap an opponent's arms. Your opponent's head could overlap your head, etc. So that's a way you can get through people without having to go all the way around them.
Yes.
This doesn't stop these cards from doing what they normally do. You can still move them out of there. They can still use their special ability. Other cards can still move through them as long as there's a location for them to sit legally. It's just a way, again, to get through. Yeah, okay, awesome.
But quick question.
Yeah.
So arms, you can't. So I couldn't come and I would still then.
Exactly. So that's one of the main reasons the cards are clear is because even if it's through your card, you cannot overlap a non-matching card. So in this case, even though the white arm is in between, the leg cannot be overlapping the green arm.
Wonderful.
Awesome. So that's it for the basics. I'll just cover those Mojo restrictions I talked about a second ago. There's two of them, very important. First, your Mojo must always be accessible to the opponents. Basically, that just means don't do this, right? Don't cover it completely because, like I mentioned, you can't touch a card that's not the same type as you, and this would stop you from touching it with a skull. So you always have to have some legal way to get there. And then the other very important rule
that
about the Mojo.
never occurred to me to do that anyway.
Most people don't, but you get the odd person who
the rule breakers,
exactly,
the loophole finders,
yeah, exactly. And the other very important Mojo restriction that you always want to keep in mind is that your Mojo can only move once in the whole game, no matter how you move it. So whether it's a shift, a throw between arms, or a recall to a rib cage, you're actually going to flip it over to its spilled side, which for now is blank, but it'll look like a spilled Mojo when the game is done. And this just marks that is now stuck in that spot for the rest of the game. So use your one move with caution. Awesome. Okay. Sorry. One last thing about the blocking. Your Mojo doesn't block anything. So like your opponent's arm could touch your Mojo. That's fine. But only a skull can drink a Mojo.
Right.
Yeah. This is important to help prevent stalemates in case somebody is blocking pretty aggressively. You can kind of get on top of them and guarantee you're going to win. So, awesome. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I can go over what's different in teams now.
Yes.
So in a team game, we're going to be playing as two skeletons versus two skeletons. Each player will still have their own skeleton to control, and very importantly, you will never move anyone else's cards. Even in a team game, you'll only ever move your own cards.
Yes.
That means you should never be picking up a teammate's card and putting it somewhere else, only your own. However, in a team game, you can use your teammates' cards to help you move your own cards. What do I mean by that? Basically, I'm not sure why that was there. Basically, that means that you can freely overlap your teammates, even if it's not the same body part. You can shift along your teammates' bones as if they were your own. And you can even use their special abilities to help you move your cards. For example, I could use my teammate's arm, for example, to throw my head to my other arm, or even to my teammate's other arm. So I can use their special abilities as long as it only causes my cards to move as a result. That also means you could use your teammate's ribcage to recall one of your bones. But I can't move my teammate's mojo. I don't get to walk their arms. I can't throw their cards. I'm only ever moving my cards on my turn.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. The other very important thing about a team game that's interesting is the turn order. So obviously we can't all play at the same time. That wouldn't make any sense. So we actually have a zigzagged turn order. So whoever goes first, the next turn will be the player across from them on the opposite team. Then it will go back to the first team, but the other player, and then back to the fourth person. So it's sort of a zigzag shape.
So it'll be Jeff, Dave, Chris, Melanie, Jeff, Dave.
Exactly. Until one skull on any team overlaps one mojo on any team. You don't have to drink both mojos. It's the first mojo to get drank and the game. And that's very important because keep in mind, since you can't move your teammates' cards, you may run into a situation where their mojo is at threat of being drank, but it's your turn next. You can't move it. So you need to think a little bit ahead and say, okay, well, maybe we should have an escape route or a way for me to move something to block if needed. And I think that's pretty much it. That all makes sense?
Yes.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. I can shift over and we can do the
Yes,
setup,
sounds
maybe?
good. So let's not play with the red on red.
Yes, yeah.
I'll be gold.
I'll be blue. I think I'm usually blue in this one.
I think
Maybe that's why you keep losing.
Maybe. I like the cheekiness of the
Do you have a
fishbowl.
preference for?
It doesn't matter to me.
Give you green if
Sure,
that's okay.
green works.
There you go. I like the white one's actually my favorite one, even though it's boring.
The artwork is amazing.
Yes.
And like it started with just a 2 and now we have 6.
Exactly, yeah.
And
So
I
even
do like
even from the early days, my plan was always to have a bigger count.
Nice.
I just found that the game is very. I'm very proud of how it's turned out. It's very tight and very elegant. But the downside of making a game that's really tight is it's like a sweater, right? And if there's a loose thread, you try to pull at it, the whole thing can come unraveled. So it's really hard to get things working. So for quite a while I was making this, I decided to just focus on the 2-player mode so I could really get the rules as tight as possible before I then tried to add the team mode.
Now, initial placements.
Yeah.
We need to be, 1 card apart?
So we'll be 1 card length away from the opponent across from us,
Okay.
and 2 card lengths away from our teammate. Like that. Perfect. Yeah, that looks good.
Close enough.
Perfect. And Mel, looks like we're going to do the Mel special where we just make our skeleton look normal. That works for me.
For me, you guys do you. I like to be put together.
So in the full game proper, if you want to, there the rule for setup is where the first player shuffles their bones together, distributes them randomly in this same shape, but it's a way to make it so that the starting position of the cards is different each time.
So are we all legally set up now?
I
think so.
yes and no. The only little things I might tweak is that your ribs should also be touching up here.
My bad.
That's okay. Just like that.
I knew you were a rule
We're
breaker.
being a little loose with symmetry, which is okay. Normally, everyone is their skeleton setup matches, but this is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is totally fine.
I was going to say, we've also got Jeff here just off camera. Hi, Jeff. Thank you
Hello.
for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
I appreciate it.
One last thing I'll mention, everyone does have a reference card in front of them.
Yes.
It will remind you what you can do on your turn. It reminds you of your 2 mojo restrictions, and on the other side, it will remind you of each bone's special ability. As this game proceeds, we'll also likely get very mixed up, and it'll look like a huge mess of cards on the table. So this will also act as a reference to what color each player is. So try to keep try to keep your thing in front of you.
Mostly if you used to playing a player and somebody else plays it that turn.
Yes, yeah,
So
totally.
wonderful.
Awesome. But so Jeff, I think you're gonna go first.
Okay. So I want to shift. I just realized I put my 2 legs on the same side. Okay.
I hate when that happens.
So shifting from here to here.
Looks good. And now remember the leg specials that they can actually
They
both
can-
shift in the same turn.
right.
So if
So
you
then
want to, you can shift
I
the
can
other as
then
well.
put that leg like so.
Absolutely.
All right.
And Dave.
All right. I will go 1, 2. And 1, 2.
I might take this moment just to mention sort of the spirit of the game. As those watching might notice, it's a lot of picking cards up where their fine position matters, and sometimes cards are going to get bumped or they'll get jostled out of their exact position. Really, the point of the game is meant to be light and quick, so the rules sort of just encourage you not to stress too much about it. Do your best to hold stuff still while you take a turn if
Because you can
necessary.
put your fingers down. while
Totally,
you're
yeah.
shifting.
You can get the other people to help hold stuff still, but if something does get bumped, do your best to put it back and don't worry too much about it because you'll drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm going to move something to get us connected because I think that would
That
be useful for us.
sounds
to
like
be
a good
able to-
idea.
So I'm actually going to shift my rib cage out just to the end of that head there, and just like we just said, I'll just do my best to hold this stuff still, and I'll shift this up like that. And since Jeff's my teammate, I can overlap him freely like that.
Exactly. Perfect. So we have legs in the way over there. I'm going to use the arm ability, and I'm going to chuck my skull from here to
Nice.
here.
Yeah, so throwing it from her arm to her teammate's arm, which is one of the cool things you can do in a team game. So then we would go back around to Jeff, the green skeleton.
Okay. I think I want to shift my arm up this way. So it would be, oh, that's not really touching, right?
There you go.
So
Okay.
All right. I will go
That's really funny.
1,
The
2.
yellow head sticking out of Dave's
Yeah,
legs.
floating in the middle of blue.
Okay, over to me here. I think we should get some stuff moving ahead here. I think I'm gonna shift this arm. I'll just rotate it back like this so I have some targets that I can throw if we need
Nice.
stuff thrown with.
Okay. I'm going to use the rib cage recall ability and recall this arm to this rib cage.
Nice. Yeah. So she's used Dave's rib cage to recall her arm.
Do you see what I'm going for here?
I do, yes.
Jeff, are you feeling a little nervous?
Yeah.
So thankfully your arm is right here.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know that you need to panic just yet because if we need to, I can throw something to help block. Hopefully I don't regret that course of action.
And you can't throw the
I
mojo.
cannot move your mojo.
No, but sorry, I should say I can't throw my mojo.
You can throw it,
I can
but if you throw it, that'll be the only
That
one that gets for the
counts as
whole
a
game. Yeah.
move.
No matter what moves it, that's the only
You
one.
could completely throw it to your arm as well.
Yes.
Yes.
and-
Yeah.
Which would be a terrible idea.
Yeah, so in a 6-player game, it's 3v3, so still only 2 teams, but with 6 skeletons total.
That's crazy.
And in that one, I'm still experimenting with some tweaks because it can be a little anticlimactic with how quickly you can win because you have so much aggressive power with all the skulls rolling. So I'm experimenting with you have to drink 2 mojos in a 6-player game.
That would make sense.
That makes
yes.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was avoiding it
like
at first because I was worried it would make it too long, especially with more people, but I actually think the opposite is true where you have so much attacking power that it ends too quickly. So
You, Jeff, or me?
that was Mel, so it would be Jeff's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so then. I think if I roll my skull
Oh, yeah, nice.
there.
Yeah, and yes,
Something
since
like
it's a head,
that.
you can touch the blue head. That's right.
Are you feeling nervous?
Little bit. I want to do that. So, yeah, we'll run our head up to there.
So I think I will use my arm to throw one of my legs
Throw a leg.
over to Jeff's leg. Or to his arm, sorry. Just put up a little bit of a block.
Just to be a little bit of a pain, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit of a pain. I see what you're doing. All right. I am going to throw. I'm not going to throw anything. I'm going to shift this arm to
Ooh, yeah,
here.
nice. That's a good move.
Right? I thought that was pretty good.
That was
Yeah.
good.
I think I might have to
I think so. Yeah, I think it's probably the best chance to do it.
throw it out of there. Because then we can.
Sounds good. Yeah. Alrighty. Well.
A hasty retreat.
Run away! Run away!
Let's try. I'll shift my rib cage up. We'll go
Yep.
1, 2 to your legs there. Just put it right in there.
I don't like that at all.
No, I'm not a big fan.
Can we cahoots?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking if you chuck your head to my other arm.
I can't get. I have to recall it first.
No,
I can't
because
chuck it.
it's touching my arm.
Oh, it's just like, yeah, right. It's touching your arm. So yes, that's not a bad plan. I forgot that it was touching yours.
Okay.
And it's just right. Yeah, it's funny on the topic of table talk. Some people have said they think maybe I should have a rule against it, but I don't know. It feels a little against the spirit of the game. And I've
It's
always
a quick game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I've always sort of felt like that's something that should be up to the player group probably. Like if you don't want to have people quarterbacking
Kind
or
of
whatever.
decide ahead of time. So
Yeah, I just don't
you
know if
know,
that should be the job of the game to
if
fix.
we were a couple, I'd be like, "Don't tell me what to do."
Yes, yeah. Now, if it was a game like Hanabi, where the lack of communication was a really important part of the
Right.
design, I would
Yeah.
totally do that. But this just isn't really meant to be that. So.
Yeah. So at your discretion.
They actually, it was funny. They didn't want to let the other people know what they were doing. Some of my friends who played who felt that way, so they were like using the extra skeletons under the table to pantomime what they wanted the other person to do.
Okay. So I think I can use your rib cage
Yeah.
to recall an arm.
Oh yeah, nice. Move.
Oh, that's
Same
not good.
wavelength there.
That's not good. That's very bad. That's very bad.
Oh, I almost bumped.
Oh,
Just got bumped, so
yeah.
I'll just move it because those can't touch.
That's game-endingly bad, I think.
Well, it is Dave's turn, so
You could send your
this is his
mojo.
chance.
Yeah.
Might not be the best idea, but you could send it.
Yeah, I can send it over there. That might be the best place to do it, but I don't. But that's right next to his.
It's next to his. But I don't think they're reaching you within one turn.
No, if I didn't move my mojo, it is. I have a turn, so yes.
I think one of my favorite things about this game, as I've worked on it,
You could shift.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things about this game as I've worked on it is that if you don't know the rules at all or you don't really know anything about the game, you walk by a game in progress like this and you look at it and you're like, what am I looking at? Like, this is just a mess.
Random cards
Yes.
on the table.
But as soon as you know the rules, it takes on this whole other life.
does,
and you're looking
right,
at it like,
yes.
oh, they can do this, and then I can.
I don't know. You could recall here.
You can also recall it.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we want to recall it? I think it might be easier, better to recall it over onto your side.
I'm not against that idea.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not my turn.
No.
I'm going to use my arm to throw my head to Jeff's arm. Just like this.
Mojo feels awfully close. But he would still need to, like, he can't, like, he's not touching. He can't touch it. You can't float here. So I'm going to still do what I was planning to do.
All right.
I'm going to move this leg here. And I'm going to move my other leg and hope here.
That is That's pretty bad.
I mean, and
But,
your skull
yeah,
is just there.
It's right there.
I can roll along and go there.
Darn it!
That was scary, though. I was
Yeah,
like, oh, no.
like, oh, no, it does reach.
Nice.
Yeah, well done. I'm glad you spotted that.
Good job, Jeff.
All
Okay,
right.
so this was Headway,
Headway.
not a second win for me,
Nope.
not a first win for you.
Nope.
It's a first win for me.
So please for you, Jeff.
Jeff gets to retire with a 100% win rate now.
Yep.
But yes, really enjoy this game. I really enjoy the group version of it.
Yeah.
So that was
It's got a very
neat.
different vibe.
Doesn't it though? It just And I do like
Yeah,
the
it
first
gives me
time I
very
played
different
it, the
not
mojo
playing on
could
teams.
keep moving.
Yeah.
Having
Yeah.
That
one
was a great
skeleton.
change.
Totally.
So yeah. So CGDA finalist, the winner is getting announced tomorrow at the auction. I was gonna say arcade. At the auction. So we will be doing that live, I believe, as well.
I don't think
Kind
we're
of
doing. I'm going to record it. I don't think we'll do it live.
You could do it live.
I suppose we could do it live.
We could do it
It would
live.
but it's only it's a very short thing.
Yeah,
It's,
whatever. Whatever.
we'll have it out there soon. Whether,
Yes.
whether we do it live or we do it not live, we will determine that later. But that has been Headway. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Chris. Yes, Jeff.
We appreciate that. Check out Headway coming soon to the Kickstarters.
Because you can follow now, right?
Yes, there's a pre-launch page up that you can follow. If you just search Mean Hyena Games Headway, you can follow the pre-launch page there. And there's also a mailing list you can sign up for as well if you want to get updates about the game or any other future games I might make.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So far, for me, 2 for 2 winners.
Yep.
Thank you very
I'm
much.
definitely getting this one as well.
Whatever. I was trying to bring it up quickly. It's not coming up quickly. That's fine.
Yeah, Mean Hyena Games Headway.
Mean Hyena Games Headway. It's because it's hyena. I was misspelling the hyena.
Yes.
That's it for now. I don't know
Yes.
what we're doing next.
We
But-
are doing farm to table shortly, so
soon.
that's probably going to be next,
Yeah. So
which
that's
is another CGDA finalist.
exactly. So check that out. We'll have another finalist coming up. Thank you guys, and until next time, good gaming and goodbye.